Reflections, also known as a flip, is a flip over either the x-axis or the y-axis. Remember that your x-axis goes left and right, and your y-axis goes up and down. So for these types of problems, they're either going to ask you to reflect something through the y-axis or they're going to ask you to flip something through the x-axis. It's like a mirror image. Here's what I usually think of. Imagine I was going to take my original triangle, ABC, and fill it in with paint. If I'm going to flip it over the y-axis, imagine that you fold the paper on that line. When you fold it, it's going to create this image over here. The same thing would be true if I took ABC and filled it with paint and then folded it along the x-axis. You would end up with a triangle down here. So how do you actually do this? If you're going to graph a reflection, and in this case we're doing a triangle over the y-axis, see how the letter C is the same distance from C prime, just on the other side of the line. So in order to actually graph these, I can see that the letter C is 2 points away from the y-axis. So if I go 2 points in the other direction, that's how I can get C prime. B is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units from the y-axis. So along that same line, I'm going to go 5 units from the y-axis and put B prime. Same thing for letter A. A's over here, and I can count it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hops from the y-axis. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to write A prime. Had this asked me to flip it through the x-axis, remember that this is the x-axis, I would do the exact same thing, except I would look at the distance from the shape to the x-axis. So A would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hops away. So from the x-axis, I'd go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and there would be my A, sorry, that's hard to see. That's my A double prime. B is only 1 hop away from the axis, so I would only go down 1. Oops. And that's going to be B double prime. And C is also 1 away, so along that same line, I'm going to draw and put my dot there, C double prime. And then I can make my triangle. So now I have one that's reflected in the y-axis and one that's reflected in the x-axis.